Hey YouTube, another iron brew guitar. This is a very short scale. So this one is, it's a 20 inch, not that short actually, I've seen shorter. So I don't think I'm going to be doing very many more mini guitars. It's kind of not worth it because they're not really worth any money when they're finished. The problem with these is when you buy them new, they're not expensive, but they will not be set up and they won't play. So the amount of work it takes, sorting out dodgy frets, redoing the nut, set up, all that stuff, it's just kind of not really worth it for me. So this one is blue, although it looks black in the picture, blue there. And I painted the neck orange, partly just as an experiment to see whether you can just paint a neck, and it seems like you can. It was a maple fretboard, it's now an orange fretboard. So yeah, I could have masked off the fret markings, but I didn't. Yeah, so the trick with these, as I said before, with the mini guitars is it's got 12. I put 12s on it, so it does tune and it does stay in tune and it does work. This one has a built-in amp. If you look at one of my more popular videos, it's me playing on a Chinese beach, playing a wee guitar like this. It's a Stag. I think this might be a slightly better one because this one has a metal bridge. The Stag one I played on the Chinese beach had a plastic bridge. Also, the pickup instead of being here is here, which seems to be makes an awful lot more sense to me because it's such a short scale. The closer to the middle of the string you are, the louder it'll be. So that's where I would put the pickup if I was making one of these. Yeah, this one has a built-in amp. It's not like an amp you could be busking with, but it is enough to be. The problem is with having a speaker in front of the amp is you put your hand in front of it, which is, if you know, that would just obviously dissipate the sound. So if I try and play it sort of there, but then again, it's not as loud when you strum it there. Maybe I'll hold it up to the mic. So basically, for camping or something, I think you'd be surprised at how loud these things, that sort of volume is for playing around a campfire. Or I can see this actually being like, see if you're a lorry driver when you're sitting on your brake, because this is a guitar this size, it's not going to hit off the door. And it's be able to play it on even just a courier or something like that, and you want to stop for your lunch. In fact, more for a lorry driver because you're sitting there trying to work your, I can't even remember what it's called, your time disc thing. For your used hour or something, you can only drive for 4 hours and then you have to take a half-hour break sort of thing. You can practice the guitar. And being 20 inch, it's not that small a scale. It's not, a Gibson's like 24.5, so it's not an entirely different instrument. So it takes a wee bit of work, but you can still work stuff out. And if you are at home, you can obviously plug into an amp. So here we go for sticking it into £400 valve amp. That sounds alright. Or for a kid, because this way they can have an electric guitar and it's never going to be that noisy. But these guitars are terrible. See, when you buy them and it's like they don't put the right strings on them, they don't cut the nut properly, and the frets are never levelled. So they do need a hell of a lot of adjustment to make them work, and unfortunately they're just not worth any money at the end, really. Right, obviously you want to run it through a fuzz pedal. Kids guitar, fun guitar, truck driver's guitar, camping guitar, party guitar. I could probably do a deal with. I've got a couple of wee mini amps, one like this sort of thing. It runs on a 9 volt battery as well, but it's actually 4 watts as opposed to this, which must be about half a watt. So this will go loud enough to really annoy people, you know, and maybe not busk, but enough to play along with an acoustic type thing. But it does have a built-in. It just runs on a 9 volt battery. It's enough to practice or to learn. And if you're a kid, if you're tiny, you know, there is a chance of learning to play on a guitar like this. It seems to be holding tune really reasonably well as well. I think that's just because it's got thick strings on it. But the tension's just about right on them. Right, so just that'll do for this one. So Iron Brew guitar, I think it might be number 16 or something like that. Normally I engrave on the back of the neck plate what number it is before, or I started doing it before I did the video, so I know what number it is, but I'll put it in the title. It'll be number, I think it's 16 or 15, something like that. So I will engrave it in the back, so it's a unique thing. But fun wee guitar. Rock and roll.